being here today. And on behalf of my country, on behalf of my province, on behalf of my government in Punjab, and my delegation, I want to thank you profusely for your hospitality, for the time that you've given us today, and for hosting us. And Excellency, you just asked when I was here last time. It's been 32 years, and now that I came to China day before yesterday, I'm seeing a new China, which people call present day miracle, and it has completely changed. It's a completely transformed place, and the success that China has achieved over all these decades, over all these years, is not only formidable, it is also an inspiration for countries like Pakistan and for a newcomer like me. And not only that, China is now an economic miracle, is now a miracle in every other sense, in terms of infrastructure, in terms of its trained human resource, in terms of industrialization, in terms of innovation. But I think China is now also a miracle in curbing the pollution, in smog mitigation, in smog eradication, and the steps that China has taken. Not only an inspiration for us to learn from, but I must also commend Mr. Minister, His Excellency the Minister sitting here. I was going through his profile and I saw how learned he is, and he's got the requisite education in the environment and ecology, and how much he has contributed to making China a better place, a more breathable place, and improving the air quality index. Placing him as a Minister of Ecology and Environment, it connotes China's seriousness about its environment and how it wants to improve the air quality, the environment. So it shows China's commitment. And also, I want to mention here that President Xi's philosophy of shared destiny. So you're not only sharing the fruit of your labor with the world, with sharing your success with the world, but you're also a guiding light for countries like us who are also faced with environmental threat. Smog in Pakistan is a recent phenomenon. It's pretty recent. It was not there 10 years ago, but ever since it's been going from bad to worse. Like China has lifted 800 people out of poverty into the middle class, I have a shining example to emulate it back home. I am a chief executive of a province that has a population over 150 million people. It's big enough to be a big country. And we have our own set of challenges. Environment is one of them. I want to make Punjab into an economically viable, into a social welfare province where all the people, citizens of Punjab, have a sense of participation and have a sense of being looked after by the state and become the stakeholders. I'm also completely and absolutely committed to making Punjab into a climate resilient Punjab. And following in the footsteps of China, I have also striven to not only improve the environment, but also I've placed a person in the ministry as a Minister of Environment, the dynamic lady sitting on my left, who is very, very passionate about improving the environment, dealing with the environment-related issues, and she's very fervently and passionately following each and everything on minute-to-minute basis, daily basis, and the steps that she's taken, the agenda that she's following is very encouraging. I don't know what to put it down to, but usually in Pakistan, some 120 days, 100 or 120 days are smog-ridden. We are surrounded in thick smog, but this time we have taken, obviously it's not something which happens overnight. So we have a short-term plan in place, we have a medium-term plan in place, and we also have a long-term plan in place. And there's nothing that improves environment over time, as China knows, because China set the bar high, and China's been at it since 2018. I know that because I went to the Blue Tech Clean Air Alliance that day, and I had a chance to exchange views with them and learn from what China has achieved over time. But the smog has literally disappeared in a few days' time. And I don't know what to put it down to, because there must be something behind it. But as I said, we are committed to contributing as much as we can, do everything under the sun to make air breathable for the people of Punjab whenever there's smog. We have to shut the schools down. We have to shut the industry down. Everything comes to a grinding halt. Everything comes to a standstill. And obviously, it is for the betterment of the people. But it does take a toll on your economy, on people's health, and the day-to-day affairs. So there is a complete plan that is in place, which is environmental conservation, biodiversity conservation, sustainable development, and most critical areas where we are working on daily basis is air pollution, improving the air quality standards, and eradicating smog. And since assuming office in end of February, I have not only dealt with this problem on day-to-day basis, but I have given a complete, comprehensive, and an overarching first ever smog mitigation action plan, which is multi-sectoral, includes the steps taken in agriculture, transport, and industry. In agriculture, we are going big on mechanization, on replacing the old manual methods, stubble burning, and burning the remains of the crops that contribute to smog in a big way. So we are mechanizing everything, replacing the old machinery with machinery like superseders. And in transport, we are introducing Pakistan's first ever electric vehicle policy, where we are gradually and slowly, as China is already implementing, moving towards electric vehicles. And we are very, very particular on vehicle fitness certification, vehicle emission certification. And then in the industry, we are monitoring the industry in real time through the environmental control systems and also dashboards. So mapping all the industry in real time. And also, as China did, again, following in the footsteps, we're taking the industry out of the cities to give people a nicer, cleaner air to breathe. And since Excellency's personal interest, his area of interest, his area of expertise, his speciality is biodiversity conservation, wildlife protection. And we are here to learn from the lessons, the tests that China has passed in flying colors, learn from your experiences, learn from your combat pollution and smog. We're here to learn. And I would request Excellency, the Minister, to take it forward from here. And I want some tangible results to come out of this meeting so that people of Punjab can also benefit from your experiences, from the lessons that you've learned over time, from the expertise that you've developed in the past few years. And I suggest that we make a working group from your side, a working group from our side, that can sit together on taking some tangible measures for smog mitigation, for smog eradication, and improving the air quality in Pakistan. We can exchange technology, we can exchange ideas, we can exchange success stories, and follow in China's footsteps. We're also working on renewable energy, on clean energy, on green technology. And I have a very amazing anecdote to share here. When when we entered China, I don't know which far-flung place it was, but from the windows of the plane, I looked down and I saw vast, expansive, I think it was wind corridors, and I saw the machinery there. It was like a God-forsaken place, but using every inch of the land available to you. So I was really impressed. So this is what we are trying to do. I'm also investing hugely in solar energy. And just before embarking on this visit to China, we have opened applications for solar panels. We are doing joint ventures with Chinese companies. And because people are bogged down by the increasing energy costs, and it does affect industry and the household equally. So we are introducing, I want to go big on solar, clean energy, green energy, and wind energy, so that, everything that we do makes the environment safer. And lastly, I know I've taken a lot of time, I've spoken too much, I would want to hear from His Excellency. But I suggest a Beijing Punjab working group, as I suggested earlier, that does knowledge sharing, policy formulation, policy coordination, technology transfer, capacity building, data sharing, emission reduction strategies, green urban planning, green energy, and e-transport.